so many people are so needy of somebody's attention. I've just recently, over the past, I'm going to say the past like 3 months. I think I discussed it in private with Jimmy before. Taking stock in the people I give that attention to, because you'd be surprised at how many of those friends, those people in your life that you take so, like, they're coming to me with an issue and you take it to heart and you're just like, it means a lot that they're coming to me with this issue and I want to help them. You'd be so surprised at how many people are crying wolf to a number of different people. It's not the one they want to hear, and they continue to make those same choices and they can continue to make those same mistakes. It gets to a point where it's just like, I had to say to somebody flat out, I think you're making your own problems here. Like, that's not a problem. Like, yeah, there is a time and a place for it, but there are certain people who need a swift kick in the ass and be like, hey, man, that's not a real problem because you made it that way. You chose to make it like that. This is why it's a problem, because you did it. And it feels insensitive. It feels rash. It feels, stern. But you know what? In the long run, you're going to help them, and you're going to help yourself. And then when you tell them that, it's not necessarily that they're not going to, you're not going to be their friend anymore. It's just that they know they can't get that attention from you.
Well, and it's also, if you take it upon yourself to make your job telling people what they want to hear, then that is all you will ever do, and you will be everyone's first call, and you will burn yourself out.
Yeah.
Because everyone's going to continue to call you all the time because you tell them what they want to hear. If you make it your business telling people that come to you what they need to hear, then it's going to be a lot less, and you're not going to feel like they're on you all the time. You will get those people that will try and make it a discussion or a debate to try and get you to come around and say the thing that they want you to hear, but people don't, it's not your responsibility to give advice, right? It's not our responsibility to give advice. Even though we come on the show and we give advice, we are by no means professionals at anything. Please don't take our advice. But if you do take our advice, because we're very smart.
The name of the podcast should probably,
right.
That's all the disclaimer you need.
Right.
That's how qualified we are.
Exactly.
Right?
Exactly. All we can tell you is our experience. And I will say that as somebody that is often called upon for advice, and there's times where it's taken and there's times where it's absolutely not taken. But that's okay too. Like it's not my job to give advice, but if I choose to give it, then that's my choice and that's okay. But I also have to understand that when I give that advice, they don't have to take it.
No.
They don't have to do anything with it. They don't have to listen to it.
It doesn't matter how right you think or know you are.
Yeah, that's not part of the deal either. But then after that point, if I decide like, well, I don't want to keep having the same conversation, and I decide to kind of like bow out of it and go, okay, well, I gave you my advice. I told you what I thought. I guess we can talk about something else now because my advice isn't changing, and whether you take it or not is up to you. Like, that's not insensitive. That's not, Mike telling somebody, hey, I think you're making this problem. That's not insensitive. That's raising the question. It's totally valid and it's totally okay. And if they don't want to give you that and they don't want to take the advice, they don't want to do anything with it, that's on them. That's okay
That's
too.
their prerogative.
Like this is not a, when you talk to somebody, there's this habit of trying to of people in crisis like to make a conversation transactional, right? And they're not. Conversations aren't transactional.
No.
We don't need to come out of this better than we were going into it. We're just having a conversation.
Right.
And if someone says something to me that strikes something and it's something I can use and it makes a better situation for me, awesome, cool. If they don't, then they don't. No big deal. And vice versa, same thing. We don't owe anybody anything. So
Yeah.
to feel bad when you're giving somebody real advice, just remember, you don't have to give it. If it makes you feel bad to give people the truth, don't give it to them.
And
don't give them a
also,
lie, and don't give them anything else. Just be like, I feel bad when I tell you things that I feel like are going to make you feel bad. And any advice I give you right now is going to be that. So we probably shouldn't do this.